Well, here we are again with more problems with the Volvo. Can't get it to start. It powers up, but push the start button and nothing happens. Now, at first I thought it was because it'd been sat for a few days and perhaps a low battery, but that doesn't appear to be the case. Anyway, I put it on to charge, and having left the charger on overnight charge, it did seem it was taking the battery a long time to charge up. So I left it for an entire day until the next evening. As you can see here, the battery is now showing as fully charged. So what difference has that made to the car? Well, in spite of showing a fully charged battery, it's still saying low battery, power save mode. And of course, when I switch it on, put my foot on the brake, hit the start button. Now I don't know if that will show up or you'll be able to hear that on the soundtrack, but you can actually hear the fuel pump engaging. You've got an engine warning light there because the starter motor has not engaged. I'll look through the messages. 2 messages: low battery, park assist. And none of that is helpful. I did plug in Volvo's own diagnostics system into the car to try and find out what's happening, and rather oddly that came up with nothing. Something you may have noticed though is that on the display there is actually a bit of condensation. In fact, there's a lot of condensation all over the car. It's getting very damp in here. You can see it's been dripping onto the surface. Well, water could be causing the problem, and I think that might be what it is, because up here in this corner that is extremely wet, and you can see how it's damp right across there. So we seem to have water getting into the car. When I look in here, there's actually water running down the inside of this pillar. And we seem to have lots of damp everywhere. So, to try and find out the source of this problem, which I suspect I already know, I've started to remove the headliner. I've only just started it, but yeah, I'm going to remove the headliner because I suspect what the problem is when I mounted these roof rails, that because I haven't mounted them properly, water is getting in through the bolt holes. So I'm going to have to take the rails back off and try and get a sealant in there to try and prevent the water from getting in. I've then also got to vent out the car to try and get out the damp that's already in there. Well, as I say, I suspect the damp has got into the electrics, and that may be related to the recent problem I had with messages coming up on the display. I'm not sure. I don't think I'm going to film the removal of this headliner. I think I just want to crack on with it, and I'll bring you back in when I find the problem.